Final call, JV boys, 100-meter dash. Final call, varsity girls, 100-meter dash. Second call, varsity boys, 100-meter dash. Second call, varsity boys, 100-meter dash. Final call, all 100-meter dashers. JV boys, varsity girls, varsity boys, all 100-meter dashers. Final call. First call, JV boys, 800-meter relay. First call, JV boys, 800-meter relay. Second call, JV Boys, 800-meter relay. Second call, JV Boys, 800-meter relay. First call, Varsity Girls, 800-meter relay. First call, Varsity Girls, 800-meter relay. Final call, JV Boys, 800-meter relay. Final call, JV Boys, 800-meter relay. Second call, Varsity Girls, 800-meter relay. Second call, Varsity Girls, 800-meter relay. First call, Varsity Boys, 800-meter relay. Third and final call, JV boys, 800-meter relay. Final call, varsity girls, 800-meter relay. Second call, varsity boys, 800-meter relay. First call, JV boys, 400-meter dash. First call, JV boys, 400-meter dash.
Probably no more than I will. I'll ask him down there. Yeah, hey, good. And we appreciate that.
Final call, JV boys, 800-meter relay. Final call, JV. Check that. Varsity boys, 800-meter relay. Final call, varsity boys, 800-meter relay. Second call, JV boys, 400-meter dash. Second call, JV boys, 400-meter dash. First call, varsity girls, 400 meter dash. First call, Varsity Girls, 400 meter dash. Final call, JV boys, 400 meter dash. Final call, JV boys, 400 meter dash. Second call, varsity girls, 400 meter dash. Second call, varsity girls, 400 meter dash. First call, varsity boys, 400 meter dash. I could have your attention, please. If anyone is interested in live streaming the track meet, you can find it on YouTube under Farmer Joe Relays 2021. You can alert your aunts, uncles, and grandparents that may not be here that we are live streaming the track meet via YouTube under Farmer Joe Relays 2021. Thank you. Also to remind you, we do have our concession stand open on the east end of the stadium for all your refreshment and hunger needs. We have hamburgers, cheeseburgers, chicken strips, fries. Please stop by. All proceeds go back into the program to help our student athletes. Thank you. Final call, JV boys, 400 meter dash. Varsity girls, 400 meter dash. Also varsity boys, 400 meter dash. All final calls. Was also just reminded that our concession stand has hot coffee and hot chocolate available. Stop by and warm yourselves up. First call. Varsity girls, 300 hurdles. First call. Varsity girls, 300 hurdles. First call, JV boys, 300 hurdles. First call, varsity girls, 300 hurdles. First call, JV boys, 300 hurdles. Second call, Varsity Girls, 300 hurdles. Second call, Varsity Girls, 300 hurdles. Second call, JV Boys, 300 hurdles. First call, Varsity Boys, 300 hurdles. Final call, Varsity Girls, JV Boys, 300 hurdles. Final call, Varsity Girls, JV Boys, 300 hurdles. Second call, Varsity Boys, 300 hurdles. Final call. All 300 hurdlers. Varsity girls, JV boys, varsity boys. Final call. All 300 hurdlers. Please report to your staging area. First call. JV boys 200-meter dash. First call. JV boys 200-meter dash. Have your attention, please. If you're in the east end zone between the starter and the finish line, could you please kneel down so we can see line of sight, please? Between the finish line and the starting line. Thank you. Second call, JV Boys, 200-meter dash. Second call, JV Boys, 200-meter dash. Second call, Varsity Girls, 200-meter dash. First call, Varsity Boys, 200-meter dash.
Check. Check test. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you joining us, this is the Farmer Joe Relays 2021 Invitational Track Meet. We've got Farmersville High School, Wolf City High School, and Caddo Mills High School in today's invitational meet. The meet has been going on since about 3:30. We've had quite a few of the running events so far. Currently, we are in the 400-meter hurdles of the Varsity Boys. We've been running hurdles here for the last few races, and Caddo Mills has definitely been dominating the hurdles. And again, running it out in this one. In this track, we've got Farmersville finished 1, 2, 3 in that finish. So definitely a different finish than what we've seen so far. Caddo Mills for the girls was totally dominating the hurdles race. We'll see how it goes with the next round. 400 meters, Varsity Boys.
Final call.
As you can see up there at the top of your screen, that's where the 400-meter hurdles begin. One lap around the track. Started in the staggered starting formation because of the rotations around the track. Lining up right here in the top right-hand portion of your screen. Trying to do the best we can with this live stream. We got 3 cameras out there, trying to catch all angles of the track, so you can see a little bit more of a close-up than what you're seeing right here. The live stream is brought to you by NFTV, News from the Ville. My name is Mr. G. I teach the audio-video production classes here and I'm the producer of NFTV. Today I've got double duty, handling the video engineering and producing, as well as the commentating. So I'll be coming in and out of the commentating broadcast this evening, trying to get you as much information as I can, but take care of all the video production as well. So the race is under the way. This is the 400-meter hurdles. Sorry about that. 400-meter hurdle varsity boys. It looks like Caddo Mills is in the lead coming around the final turn, coming up on the straightaway. And it looks like we're going to finish Caddo Mills, Wolf City, and then Farmersville in that race. Sorry, I had a couple little glitches there on the camera switches, but we caught the finish, which is good. And it looks like that's the end of the 400-meter hurdles, so they'll be clearing off the hurdles for us. And we'll be getting ready for the next event. We've already had a few rounds of the 100-meter dash and 100-meter hurdles.
Have your attention, please. We also need the line of sight between the starting line.
I think we still have
200 and the finish line.
a few relays left and definitely all the distance running still left.
Starting line and the finish line.
We are now up to 11 total viewers, so I want to send a shout out to the 11 viewers that are watching and listening right now. Thank you for joining us on NFTV News from the Ville. This is our live stream of the Farmer Joe Relays 2021 Invitational Track Meet, featuring Farmersville High School, Wolf City High School, and Caddo Mills High School. We're going to do the best that we can to stay live with you throughout the track meet, so feel free to pass this information on to any family and friends that may not have an opportunity to come out to Farmersville and watch this live. Hopefully they can catch a little glimpse of maybe a family member or a friend. Trying to get as much information out as we can of the Fighting Farmer Athletics and Lady Farmer Athletics. We live streamed the soccer games last night. Turned out to be a tough one against Melissa High School. Melissa has very strong soccer teams, both in the boys and girls program. It was senior night for Farmersville, but both teams ended up losing last night. They did play well, but it was definitely a tough match and a tough opponent. But the biggest factor last night was the 30 to 40 mile an hour winds that they were battling with the soccer ball, trying to kick it up in the wind, and it just wasn't working for them. So that was last night's activities. We got the Invitational Track Meet tonight. We're off tomorrow night. All the teams are away. But we'll be back with boys and girls soccer on Saturday, and then next week, baseball and softball. Looks like we got the 200-meter dash coming up right now. Up in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Looks like girls JV is about to go. And they are underway. Coming around the first and only turn in a 200-meter dash. And it is JV boys, I apologize. And they come around down in front of us. And off to the finish. It looks like Farmersville is going to win this one first and second. Farmersville finished 1-2, and then it looks like Caddo Mills coming in third, fourth, and fifth. Looks like we're resetting up there again at the top left-hand corner of your screen. There was the JV boys that just went. It looks like we're going to have the JV girls.
Second call, JV boys, 1600 meter run. Second call, JV boys, 1600 meter run. Second call, Varsity girls, 1600 meter run. First call, Varsity boys, 1600 meter run.
We got the 200 meter runs going right now, and it looks like, just heard the announcer say that we're going to have the 1600 right after this. So we'll go through JV boys and girls and then varsity boys and girls on the 200 meter dash, and then move to the 1600, which will be again JV boys, JV girls, and then varsity boys, varsity girls. And they're underway. Coming around again is the one and only turn on this race. Start with a little bit of a staggered start. Not quite as much on the 400, but they'll straighten up right here on the straightaway. Looks like we got Caddo Mills and then Farmersville and another Caddo Mills following it. Farmersville's trying to pick up the pace and catch up to her, but I just don't think she's going to. So Caddo Mills, Farmersville, then Caddo Mills is the way that one finishes.
Third and final call, JV boys, 1600 meter run. Varsity girls, 1600 meter run. Final call. Second call.
So it looks like right now we've got the 200 meter dash varsity girls lined up at the top left-hand portion of your screen. As I mentioned before, it's definitely a little bit of a staggered start. Even things out as they come around the turn and then open it up on the straightaway. And it looks like Caddo Mills is leading both 1 and 2 to make the turn into the straightaway. Farmersville is in third, trying to make a push for it. but I don't think they're going to get to it. It does look like it's going to be Caddo Mills 1, 2, and then Farmersville 3. Looks like we're now about ready for the 200-meter dash of the Varsity boys. I see a couple new viewers popped in on the screen. So this is the Farmer Joe Relays 2021 Invitational Track Meet featuring Farmersville High School, Wolf City High School, and Caddo Mills High School. We are on the 200-meter dash, as you can see in the top left-hand portion of your screen. The Varsity boys are lined up a little bit of a staggered start to even things out on this one-turn race. They'll make the turn around that left side of your screen and then come right in front of us down the bottom portion of your screen on the straightaway. We do have 3 cameras that we'll be switching between. This is NFTV News from the Ville, trying to bring you as many sports events and live events from Farmersville High School as we can this year. Varsity boys are off, making their way around the turn. Looks like we've got a sprint of Farmersville coming around in the front, and maybe Caddo Mills in lane 2 trying to catch up to it. Caddo Mills makes the turn in the lead, but it's a close one between Caddo Mills and Farmersville. This is going to be all the way to the tape. Caddo Mills, Farmersville, and Caddo Mills again. It looks like Caddo may have pulled that one out, but we will have to wait until we get the results. That looks like that's the end of the 100 or 200-meter dash. Now we're getting things set on the track for the 1600. 1600-meter dash. We'll start with the JV boys first.
First call, JV boys, 1600-meter relay. First call, JV boys, 1600-meter relay.
So we've got the JV boys lined up for the 1600-meter relay. They will start right there in the middle right-hand portion of your screen. And 1600 meters means they're going 4 times around the track. It is 1 mile. So we will see if we can catch them throughout the turns. As I mentioned before, we're running 3 cameras trying to get an opportunity for you to see as much of the meet as you can. Try to get as close as you can. And it looks like Caddo Mills jumps out to start off the race, but we do have 4 laps around the track. Looks like Caddo, Farmersville, Caddo is what we've got so far. But plenty of race left. Still on the first lap of the 1600-meter dash. I wouldn't call it a dash. I think it's a distance run. Go ahead and change that graphic for you. Here they come around the turn. Looks like Farmersville's coming out up on the outside of the Caddo's runner. And passing him up and trying to stretch it out right there on this first lap. Coming around to complete the first lap. We got, looks like Farmersville, Caddo, Farmersville. Two runners coming in from Wolf City. Then followed up by Caddo Mills with the final runner in this race. Junior Varsity boys coming around on their second lap of 4. The lead runner's about to make the turn. Coming into the second turn of the second lap. Still have the lineup of Farmersville, Caddo, and then the 2 Farmersville runners there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are at the halfway point of the 1,600-meter run. The Junior Varsity boys, once again, Farmersville, Caddo, Farmersville is what we've got right now, followed up by the 2 Wolf City runners, and then Caddo Mills runner finishing up the pack. 1,600-meter run is 4 laps around the track, a full mile. They are just past the halfway point of their second lap. The lead 2 runners are definitely putting some distance between the next 2. But it's an interesting setup here. We've got Caddo Mills has now taken over the lead, but Farmersville is staying nice and tight right behind him. Doing a little bit of drafting, and then the 2 Farmersville teammates running side by side, keeping each other paced to maybe solidify that 3rd place position. We are entering the final lap of the 1,600-meter run. Right now, Caddo Mills leading. Farmersville is coming around on his outside, trying to make a run. He's got 400 meters, just under 400 meters to keep that lead. Not sure if he's going to hold it. It looks like Farmersville is solid in the 3 and 4 position, so it's going to be a battle for 1 and 2. No question. Staying right with him. Caddo Mills keeping on the outside, but staying right there with the Farmersville runner. This is the Junior Varsity boys 1,600-meter race. Farmersville runner trying to make an effort to extend his lead, but Caddo Mills just not letting it happen. Coming around the final turn. Still Farmersville keeping pace, but Caddo Mills trying to make a run on it. Looks like they're trying to get to the sprint. Farmersville is trying to open up the distance. He still had plenty of gas in the tank, and he is stretching it out wide. This looks like it might be an opportunity for Farmersville to finish strong with a first place win in the 1,600-meter JV run. And that's what it is. Farmersville, Caddo. And then third place with the Farmersville runner, followed up by Farmersville again. And it looks like we'll have Wolf City and probably Wolf City and, Caddo Mills. There comes our Wolf City runner. And as they always do in track meets, everybody encouraging every runner all the way to the end. Finishing the race is certainly successful to many runners, and Caddo Mills finishing up right here. That completes the junior varsity run of the 1,600 meters. Looks like the JV girls getting in place to make their run. JV girls lining up. Looks like we got Farmersville in lanes 1 and 2, Caddo Mills in 3 and 4, and Wolf City in, well, outside 5 and 6, not really in their lanes because it's 1,600 meter. For those of you who might just be joining us, this is the Farmer Joe Relays 2021 NFTV News from the Ville, bringing you as many sports events and live streaming events, live events that we can from Farmersville.
1,600-meter relay.
Today we are live at Farmer Stadium in Farmersville, Texas. This is the 1,600-meter run of the junior varsity girls. We got 3 high schools featured in today's track meet. Obviously the host team, Farmersville High School, and then Wolf City High School and Caddo Mills High School. My name is JP. They call me Mr. G here at Farmersville High School. I teach the audio-video production classes, and today I am doing double duty. I am the audio-video producer for the event, but I'm also needing to commentate. Got a lot of things going on here in Farmersville, so I'm just trying to make an opportunity happen for lots of people. We got 3 cameras running, hopefully giving an opportunity to see all angles of the track and not miss too much of each of the runs. As I mentioned before, currently this is the junior varsity girls 1,600 meter, and they're about to complete the first lap of 4. They go 4 times around the track for a mile, and right now Wolf City leads it, followed by Farmersville, then Farmersville again, and then Caddo Mills. The Farmer Joe relays have been going since about 3:30 today. But we have just been live streaming for just under an hour and a half right now. Due to some other scheduling conflicts, weren't able to start right away when the relay started. But we picked it up as soon as we can. And here we are, the 1,600 meter junior varsity girls race.
1,600 meter relayers. Please report to your station.
We will have the 1,600 meter varsity girls following this race, and then the varsity boys And then we'll have the relays for the 1,600 meter. We'll have JV boys, JV girls, varsity girls, and then varsity boys. And finishing up turn 2 of the second lap of 4. Coming around right in front of us, it looks like we've got Wolf City, Farmersville, and then Caddo. And as I mentioned again, this is the second lap of 4. Top 3 runners in this race have definitely separated themselves from the last 3 runners. So it's going to be an interesting race as we finish because the top 3 runners are staying right there within a few paces of each other. Currently, Wolf City leading the pack and has been from the start. But this is the halfway point of the race. So the halfway point of the second lap. The third lap. Coming around on the final turn of the third lap. And we'll see if anything changes on the straightaway. A lot of times that's when runners start to make their sprint or their attempts to pass. This is the 1,600 meter junior varsity girls. Wolf City is in the blue, leading the race right now, followed by 2 Farmersville runners. Wolf City trying to stretch the lead and doing a good job of it. 15 or 20 paces ahead of the next Farmersville, but Farmersville just made a turn, and it looks like they're trying to close the gap. I don't know if she's got enough track to close that gap, but it's on the final lap right now. Wolf City and then Farmersville. Let's see how this finishes up on the final lap, see if Wolf City has enough to stay ahead. She has been leading the entire race. And now pretty much an equal distance between the first 4 runners, which it might be insurmountable for that second place Farmersville runner. Coming around on the back straightaway, still with substantial distance between each of the runners. This would be the last opportunity for the Farmersville runner to make a run, make a sprint towards the end. Coming around on the turn, she's trying to close the gap a little bit. And she's closing it a little. She might have enough gas. The gap is shrinking. Wolf City trying to come around on the sprint. Farmersville's making a sprint. We may have a neck and neck coming through right here in the front. Farmersville takes over. Had enough in the tank to separate it out. Look at that. Farmersville was just sitting back waiting, and she took control on the final straightaway. Beautiful run race in the 1,600 meter JV girls. Farmersville finished first, Wolf City second, and then Farmersville comes in third. So that's the finish of the 1,600 meter junior varsity girls. Looks like we're getting ready to start with this is going to be the varsity boys. 1,600 meters. The varsity boys are underway. We've only got 5 runners in this race, and this is 3 Wolf City runners and 2 Farmersville runners. Currently Wolf City in the lead, followed by a little pack of Farmersville, Wolf City, Farmersville, and then pulled up by the 3rd Wolf City runner there. Coming around the first turn of the first lap. And we've got 4 laps in a 1,600 meter race. And Wolf City just keeping a nice smooth pace coming around on this first lap. Looks like the Farmersville runners are just doing the best they can to try to make sure that they stay in sight of the Wolf City runner. Not trying to let him get too far ahead, but also not expending too much energy. They've got 4 laps around the track, and currently they are halfway through the second lap. Looks like Farmersville is trying to make a run here, coming up side by side with the Wolf City runner. Still trying to keep a nice smooth pace, but making sure that each of them know they're right there, and really not that far behind the other Wolf City runner and the other Farmersville runner. They are completing the halfway point of the 1,600 meter. Side by side, Wolf City and Farmersville in first and second, and then Wolf City and Farmersville in third and fourth. So it looks like we're going to have a tough race for 1-2 and a tough race for 3-4. Wolf City takes over the lead once again, coming around on the back stretch and into the second turn of the second lap. But Farmersville not letting him get away. Still just trying to work out a solid pace around the track there. With 1.5 laps to go, just under 1.5 laps. Nice solid pace right now. Again, got an interesting grouping here of Wolf City, Farmersville, Wolf City, Farmersville. 1-2, and then 3-4. getting some encouragement from the 1,600-meter runner from Farmersville on the girls' side. As the boys are making the turn right there. She's giving some high fives. That's nice to see. Teammate support. Now entering the the final lap of the 1,600-meter race. And the same situation, Wolf City and Farmersville side by side in the 1-2 position, and then again in the 3-4 position. Seen crazier things happen, but it doesn't look like 3 and 4 is going to catch up with 1 and 2. But we definitely have a race in both positions. And as I said, we've seen crazier. Wolf City is now starting to put on a sprint. The third place runner that's been sitting back the entire time comes on the inside and is overtaking both Farmersville and Wolf City, but may not have enough gas, may have been too soon. The Wolf City runner that's been leading the pack is now taken off. Farmersville trying to catch up, but doesn't look like they're going to have enough. This could be a Wolf City domination of 1 and 2. They're coming around on the straightaway, and the Wolf City runner, who's been leading the pack the entire time, is trying to keep up, but the second runner coming around and overtakes him at the last few hundred paces. And we've got Wolf City, but the runner that was sitting back just kind of hanging out in the 3-4 position made a huge run on the final straightaway and surpassed everyone. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm telling you, I made a call, and as they were making the first turn of the last lap, I said I didn't think there was enough time to catch up, and I was wrong. They definitely did. Great run by the Wolf City runners. And it looks like we've got Varsity girls getting ready to take their place for the, looks like it might be the 1,600-meter relay. Yes, that is correct. So it looks like we've got Varsity girls lining up for the 1,600-meter relay. That means each leg is one rotation around the track. So virtually a sprint. Starting there on the right side of your screen, top right, left, and the gun has gone off. Top right, left? No, top right portion of your screen. Starting in the staggered positions, and it looks like the Farmersville on the inside track might have a little bit more of an advantage. Wolf City trying to close the gap, but both Farmersville runners trying to make a strong run around the first turn. And it looks like the inside runner for Farmersville has a little bit of an advantage, but it's going to be Farmersville, Wolf City, Farmersville as they make their turn around the final turn of their first lap. And Wolf City comes out strong and is leading the pack here coming into the first exchange in the second turn, or the first turn of the second lap. And let's see, we've got a clean exchange for Wolf City, clean exchange for Farmersville, Wolf City, and Caddo Mills. And the Caddo Mills runner trying to close the gap there. But it looks like Wolf City is definitely out in front. A huge lead on this lap coming around. And this lap is when they transition into the inside portion of the track. And Wolf City has definitely got a 15 pace lead over the Farmersville runner in second place and Farmersville in third place. Then Wolf City, then Caddo. Here they come around on the inside track. And looks like taking off, getting ready to go. And a little bit confusing there. I was given some misinformation. This is Varsity Boys. This is the Varsity Boys 1,600 meter relay. Fix that. I apologize for that. And still, Wolf City dominating and just extending their lead. Coming around on the inside. With plenty of lead coming into the third exchange. We've got some excitement going in the second, third place right now. And it looks like Caddo Mills has come up from behind. And now it is Wolf City, Caddo Mills, Farmersville 3 and 4, and Wolf City 5. I think I can go ahead and say that it doesn't look like Wolf City is going to lose this lead, but it is a huge race for second and third. Farmersville trying to make an advancement right now and surpasses Caddo Mills on the back straightaway. Wolf City coming around with a huge lead coming into the final exchange, but now we've got Farmersville, Caddo Mills, Farmersville, and it looks like Farmersville is trying to come in on the inside, maybe trying to make a turn on the outside. Wolf City coming through for the exchange. And no, a correction, this is the final lap. Wolf City coming in, Farmersville in second, and Farmersville in third on that last lap. Farmersville was able to pull it out, and Caddo Mills just couldn't hang there. Got too much going there at the end for Farmersville. So Wolf City win, followed by Farmersville, Caddo Mills, and then Wolf City. And now it looks like we have the Varsity girls getting ready to run the 1,600 meter relay. Lining up in position. The first two laps, a staggered start, and then the next two exchanges are based on their position in lane one. The 1,600 meter relay of the Varsity girls is underway. They are coming around the top portion of your screen on the back straightaway of the first leg of 4. Each runner runs one entire rotation of the track. And it looks like coming around the turn, you got Caddo Mills, Wolf City, and then Farmersville. When we make the turn around, it looks like Farmersville will be in the lead when they make the turn. And coming around on the straightaway, Farmersville with a decent lead to start things off, followed by Wolf City. And then Caddo Mills, the first exchange, as I mentioned before, will stay in the staggered position. And then on the back half of this lap, they'll switch back to lap one, a clean exchange for Farmersville. And Wolf City and Caddo, clean exchange, and then brought up by Caddo Mills in the backside, and a clean exchange there. Farmersville still in lead, but let's see if they can hold it coming around on the backside. As you see the runners move into the inside lane, make a shorter trip around the track. Farmersville has got a lead, but it looks like Wolf City is closing, and so is Caddo. Wolf City about to come around on the outside of Farmersville, and so is Caddo. Farmersville trying to fight off the exchange. Still keeping within pace, but Wolf City takes the lead, and Caddo takes a solid second. Farmersville coming up in third. Still two more exchanges on the relay to go, but Wolf City doing the best they can to stretch it out. Farmersville trying to close the gap a little bit more. Coming up on the exchange between Wolf City, clean exchange Wolf City, clean exchange Caddo Mills, clean exchange Farmersville. Let's see if Farmersville can close the gap. On the backside, Wolf City trying to stretch it out and expanding their lead quite a bit. Caddo Mills and Farmersville just trying to make sure that lead doesn't get too big. A tight race between Caddo Mills and Farmersville overtakes Caddo Mills on the backside. Farmersville trying to close the gap between Wolf City and her coming into the final turn of the third lap. Farmersville doing the best they can to close that gap. Wolf City trying to keep that lead. It is stretched out to pretty equal. Wolf City 1, Farmersville 2, Caddo Mills 3. Wolf City stretching it out as she's coming into the straightaway. Farmersville trying to keep the decent lead. Let's see how this final exchange goes. Coming into the final lap, we've got Wolf City, followed by Farmersville. Clean exchange for both of them, and then Caddo Mills. A great exchange for Caddo Mills. Might be enough to boost her past Farmersville. She is coming on the outside. Wolf City is keeping a solid lead. Caddo Mills coming around on the outside and trying to surpass Farmersville, and does on the corner, but it's still a close race. Wolf City stretching it out. Yeah, she is not going to be caught by either Caddo Mills or Farmersville. Wolf City coming around and making the turn, but it is a solid race for second and third. Wolf City makes the turn, followed by Caddo Mills and Farmersville, but it is still a close one. See if Farmersville has enough in the tank on the turn to overtake the Foxes. Wolf City making a solid run. Going to finish strong in first place, but we've got a tough run here. The crowd is getting into it. Caddo Mills is stretching out her second place lead, and Wolf City finishes first. Caddo Mills second, and Farmersville third.
Coaches, at the conclusion of the last race, you can pick up your ribbon packet underneath the stands of the home side, the elevator to the press box. First floor, the elevator to the press box. Coaches, you can pick up your ribbon packet. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are lining up for the junior varsity boys 1,600 meter relay. For those of you that might just be joining, we start with a staggered start for the first two exchanges on the 1,600 meters, and then on the back stretch of the second lap, they transition all into the first lane, because at that point, everyone will have made two full rotations of the track and equaled out the distance between the staggered start. And that's the gun sounding the beginning of this relay. We've only got 3 participants in the junior varsity boys 1,600 meter relay, one from each of the schools that are participating in today's Farmer Joe relays. Wolf City in the white, Caddo Mills in the green, and Farmersville in the purple. Making the turn, Farmersville coming around, Wolf City coming around on the straightaway. It looks like it's Wolf City, then Caddo Mills, then Farmersville coming into the exchange on the first turn. Wolf City stretching their lead with Caddo Mills. Coming around on the top side of the track, Wolf City stretching out their lead, followed by Caddo Mills and Farmersville making the turn into the second lap of the 1,600 meter relay. This is the junior varsity boys. They are all now into the lane 1 with Wolf City leading, but Caddo Mills making a big push on the final portion of his leg of the relay. If we get a good exchange right here, Caddo Mills takes over first place, Wolf City in second, Farmersville making an exchange and trying to see if they can keep this at least close. Wolf City's third runner trying to make an advance on Caddo Mills up there on the top portion of the screen, but Caddo Mills is keeping his lead. Wolf City right behind him. Farmersville closing the gap a little bit. Caddo Mills still keeping the lead with Wolf City right on his tail. And Farmersville coming around making the turn, trying to make a sprint right here. Been saving stuff in the tank. Coming around on the straightaway. Caddo Mills keeping the lead. Wolf City there. Farmersville keeping the run. Tightening up the race between Caddo Mills and Wolf City. If the exchanges are good, this is going to be a close one. Wolf City overtakes on the exchange and starts to spread out the lead coming around on the turn. Farmersville still trying to close the gap but not having much success. Wolf City's trying to stretch out the lead, but Caddo Mills, let's see if they've got something enough to make a sprint towards the end. It doesn't look like it. It looks like Caddo Mills is slowing down. Farmersville is trying to catch up and maybe overtake for second. Wolf City still maintaining a nice solid lead in first. Making the transition around into the straightaway. Wolf City with a big lead. Caddo Mills trying to sprint, but Farmersville trying to make a run here towards the end. Wolf City finishing all the way through. Caddo Mills and Farmersville.
Your attention, please. We ask that everyone pick up trash on the infield, please. If you camp out on the infield, please grab a bottle or any trash that you can to help us out. I'd like to congratulate all the student athletes competing today. We appreciate everyone coming out and supporting them. Go Farmers.
Ladies and gentlemen, that looks like that is the end of the Farmer Joe Relays 2021 Invitational Track Meet. The invitational between the host team, Farmersville High School, and the invited guests of Wolf City High School and Caddo Mills High School. Thank you for joining us for our live stream broadcast. This is NFTV News from the Ville.